We continue to follow breaking news out of Oshkosh.
We're taking on drunk driving here in Wisconsin.
And we're calling it Project Drive Sober.
Jamie Kloss found alive.
Just into the newsroom, our first look at Jamie since her discovery.
Even with all the new items this year, this old favorite remains a top seller.
It's probably one of the worst kept secrets is my waistline is growing very rapidly. I'm 21 weeks along.
You do not look a day older today than you did back then.
Stacy, that is the magic of television.
I mean, to hold this statue is a moment that I'll never forget.
And we say good evening to you. I'm John Engebretson.
And I'm Stacy Engebretson. We have live team coverage tonight of the mass school shooting in Florida.
We are covering the story of the victims, mental health, how to talk to children, and why extra officers were at Green Bay schools today.
But first, Omar Jimenez has more on what law enforcement knew about the suspected shooter. The number of children in need of foster care has more than doubled in the last 5 years. That's according to members of the county's Human Services Department. Tonight, NBC 26's Juliana Falk shows us one of the reasons behind the increase in a story you'll see only on NBC 26. Here's your NBC 26 update. I'm Stacy Engebretson. Appleton police have arrested a third person in connection to an armed home invasion. He's a 17-year-old from Appleton. 19-year-old Tyler Brown and 17-year-old Caleb Brown of Menasha have been charged in the case. Investigators say the three suspects allegedly assaulted and tased a man Wednesday morning at a home in the 700 block of West 8th Street. They're accused of stealing 2 safes. Green Bay police say they found a woman today inside a home where suspicious chemicals were found. She was taken to the hospital for evaluation and is considered a person of interest in the case. Police responded to the 1200 block of Redwood Drive yesterday for a disturbance between a man and a woman. When officers went inside, they discovered what they're calling a small laboratory with volatile chemicals. Today, police are still trying to figure out what the chemicals are, but say the situation is stable and there's no danger to the public. Today is Orange Friday. Local stores busy as hunters buy last-minute essentials before heading to deer camp. The gun deer opener is tomorrow morning. Nearly 600,000 hunters are expected to participate during the 9-day season. So what does the weather look like for hunting this weekend? For that, we go to Cameron Moreland. Cameron?
Well, Stacy, it looks cold and breezy at times.
When Bo Johnson was fighting a rare and aggressive form of leukemia, his friends held fundraisers and decorated Door County in orange ribbons and signs of support. When the 13-year-old reached the end of his journey, he wanted the remainder of the donations to be used to help other kids in Door County facing life-threatening illnesses. Now, 7 years after his death, the Go Bo Foundation is still going strong, thanks to its faithful supporters.
This one's pretty amazing. I am floored every time I come into Cookie Central.
Inside this garage in Sister Bay.
Oh, it is like Christmas. We open them up, it's like, oh, hey, look at these. Did you see those?
There's more than 8,000 fall and Halloween-themed cookies
We have skeletons, we have sugar skulls.
that aren't only delicious,
All the cookies are usually vanilla cookies.
they're works of art.
I used to say that I don't want to eat the cookies because they're too beautiful.
The creators of this year's confections come from 47 different states
Stoughton, Massachusetts.
and 7 countries.
A lady used to come from England every year just for 5 days. 5 days! Just to help us out.
Selling the donated delectables during Sister Bay's Fall Fest.
The first year, we were so happy to do $5,000. And last year, I think we hit 34. So, I mean, kind of crazy for a small little town.
Last year, 2 little boys put $5 bills in their cookies.
Yes, I remember that.
Like, I almost started crying.
The majority of the proceeds from the Go Bo bake sale, now in its 8th year, are given to the MAC Fund to help find a cure for the disease that stole Annika's son.
And we do donate it to research projects rather than teddy bears and yo-yos because we know that we really want to get the best bang for our buck.
The Go Bo Foundation uses the rest of the money raised to ease the financial worries of families currently in the fight.
They need mortgage payments, heating bills, electric bills, gas cards. We do anything we can to help the parents stay with the child through treatment.
It's why Annika says the Go Bo Bake Sale is more than a cookie. It's helping fulfill Bo's final wish.
I know that he definitely is proud of these cookie artists and what they do for his pay it forward journey. He just wanted to pay it forward to the people that paid it forward to him. And we hope for a butterfly effect, meaning that if you live in a small community or you live in a little place that you don't think you can make a difference, you can make a difference.
265 cookie artists are donating baked goods this year. You can purchase them October 18th through the 20th during Fall Fest. The sale is happening next to Al Johnson's, the Swedish restaurant with the goats on the roof, which is owned by Annika's family. Stacy Engebretson, NBC 26. It was a historic end to 2017 for our team here at NBC 26. We won a Chicago Midwest Regional Emmy Award for Best Evening Newscast.
A real honor. The station won for the 6 p.m. newscast on the day of the Dallas police shootings back in July of 2016.
Right now on NBC 26 Live at 6, tragedy in Dallas.
I was just sitting on my couch and I was just like, this is just such a big event in U.S. history. I'm like, we gotta go. And so I texted Julie. I'm like, we should go.
Officer, shots fired. Code 3, off the radio, officer down.
And I put it into my phone and I said, if you leave within the next hour, if you drive right now, you could make it. So these two,
And they drove.
drove.
We just arrived in downtown Dallas.
When the tragedy in Dallas happened, us as a news team, even though it was happening so far away, we knew we had to do more than just cover it locally. So it was amazing that our team jumped in the car. They traveled all the way down to Dallas overnight, barely stopping.
We are just getting into Dallas right now. We just wanted to share with you something that we saw right as we were pulling in. One of the first things.
And barely having enough time to even get their live shot up for the 5 o'clock newscast.
The Emmy goes to Tragedy in Dallas, WGBA.
They started shooting, man, like all of the cops were getting shot, man.
A nation in shock, mourning 5 officers killed, 7 others wounded, including an officer from Wisconsin.
Seeing all the people from Chicago stations or Milwaukee stations, that kind of was when it hit me like, wow, we're at the Emmys with some big time reporters, anchors, people who are nationally known. And here we are nominated for Best Newscast, which is one of the biggest awards there. So it really kind of hit me like, wow, we're pretty big time right now.
Evening newscast, smaller markets, 51 and higher.
When we got to our category, I think all of us were trembling, our nerves are going, excitement, and you're just hoping that you hear your call letters, and all of a sudden all we heard was WG. They didn't even get to the BA part of our call letters, and we all stood up, we started screaming and yelling.
And they announced NBC 26, and it was just like, yes, you know? It was like when the Packers kick a field goal to win the game or something like that. It was very exciting. We all rushed up to the stage to accept it.
It is with great honor that I introduce to you my Emmy award-winning team.
And it was just a moment. It all happened so fast, and you try to grasp onto every moment, but it's almost like it's a blur because it was so incredible.
The best part about not only going to the Emmys, but ultimately winning was that we did it together.
The people that we work with are not only our co-workers, they also end up being like family. We work so hard, 24/7, 365. So for all of us on that night to be together, to hold the statue and say we did it, it really brought us even closer together.
I am so proud of them for what they've done, because you can work in Green Bay, Wisconsin and still do great work.
And we had all of our reporters, photographers, management, everybody who played such a big role in this newscast. We all got to celebrate together, and that just made it that much better.
From all of us here at NBC Nightly News, we want to congratulate NBC 26 on your big regional Emmy win for Best Newscast. Well done.
Before we go tonight, all of us here at NBC 26 would like to express our deepest condolences to those affected by the tragedies in Dallas, Louisiana, and Minnesota. I am heartbroken by the lives taken so senselessly and the divide in our country right now. But instead of feeling hopeless and frightened, let's band together to spread love, not hate, so we may live in a world that's free of violence. I want that for my 3 daughters. I want that for your family. Let's teach our children compassion, acceptance, and respect. We are all human. We all want the same thing: peace, safety, and equality. Tonight, we grieve together and we pray for a better tomorrow.